If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. I'm Joy Baird. You may not be aware of it, but you can grow celery in your backyard garden. Now, it will not be the same variety that you would get at the grocery store, as it doesn't have as deep stalked, the stalks are not as deep as you ones you get at the grocery store. But nevertheless, it has the same flavor, even more intense, robust flavor, and it's very easy to grow. Now, what you want to be aware is you want to start it inside. You don't want to direct sow it because these seeds are extremely small. They're like carrot seeds, okay? Very tiny. So what you want to do is you want to start your seeds indoors. About 10 to 12 weeks is a good reference before your last average frost date. Figure out your last average frost date, go to your favorite search engine and type in your zip code followed by last average frost date. And that will give you a guideline, an average. Doesn't mean tomorrow you can put them in the ground if today's the last average frost date. But celery can handle a little cold temperature, so keep that in mind. How we're going to do this, and these seeds in which I'm growing a dark green Chinese celery and then a tall Utah variety celery. These seeds are 8 and 9 years old, and you may think, oh, they're past their prime. Majority of them may be, but seeds kept in a cool, dry environment can sustain for many, many years longer than what the package indicates. Seeds can lay dormant for many years and still be viable. So keep that in mind. So nevertheless, whether these are 50% viable or 30% viable, this would be the way you would start your celery seeds, or I would recommend doing such. Viability on seeds decrease about 10% each year. So after 5 years, you're going to lose about 50% and so on. Doesn't mean that's a hard number. It's just a good loose rule of thumb. So what I've got here is 2 party cups with all-purpose potting soil, moistened. So because these seeds are so old, I'm going to extremely overplant these with the expectation to get something to germinate. I'm going to do about half the package. These are about as small as seeds as you're going to find. If you have very fresh seeds, 1 to 2 years old, you can basically plant about as many as you think you're going to need. I'm just going to plant over and just going to broadcast them in the cup and basically put a very heavy, I don't know if you can see all that, but it's a very thick coat of seeds there. So then I will do the same on this one here. But next, these take very little soil coverage in order to germinate. Some people will say you can soak your celery seeds for 24 hours prior to germinate, or prior to planting them in an inside environment. As tiny as these seeds are, it's going to be a disaster if you try to do that. So just wet or a very damp, moist potting soil is a good start. We're just going to and it's going to be hard to get an eighth of an inch, so we're just going to kind of cover the seeds the best we can. Being loose potting soil, it should not hamper the growth of them. Now, here's the key, and as I've talked about if you followed any of our videos, paper towel on top of that soil in the party cup. We've done this with the peppers. It's created a crust. It's a mulch. You want to leave this on until you begin to see the seeds germinate. Typically, fresh celery seeds take about 10 to 12 days. These may take a little bit longer because of their age. But once you get to that germination time frame, then you want to start checking. And once you begin to see them germinate, remove this and then gently water. Once the seeds get 3, 4, 5 inches tall, then we would move them over into a root maker grow tray. This is a 32 cell tray. We would put 1 in each cell, and it works very well, and we've transplanted them. Root maker trays, they air prune the roots to make a more robust root system. You can see behind the light, you can see all of the holes there and the unique shape of the cells, and they're firm. This tray is over 10 years old, and it's very, very sturdy, unlike the more not cheap, the cheap ones you get at your garden center that, you know, you look at it and they fall apart. So we're going to cover this with the paper towel, and we do want to moisten it. The reason why you want to moisten it is because you want to get that paper towel wet, so then it can dry and create that crust or that layer of mulch on top of your seedlings. And then once that 10 to 14 days, 10 to 12, 14 days, remove that, keep them moist. You want to put them under a grow light or next to a south-facing window. And then at the time of the proper environmental conditions outside, when it's warm enough, you can harden them off, place them out. They take about 140 days to reach a mature state. We've had celery that has grown 2.5 to 3 foot tall, very robust, very large stalks and plant themselves, and it's been very good. You can use it in all kinds of dishes as well as dehydrating it. Thanks for watching. I'm Joy Baird. This has been the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener, and if you've never grown celery, this might be the year you should try it.